But yeah, man, so the Lions acquired Za'Darius Smith from the Browns in a 2026 seventh round pick in exchange for a 2025 fifth round pick and a 2026 sixth round pick. Now, the funny part about this is I actually wanted to get into the Detroit defense because we touched this way earlier in the season. We said they're underrated. We said they're not playing up to their potential. I just want to read off some stats because as up until this Packers game takes place, Za'Darius Smith was not on the team. So let's look at how good Detroit's defense actually has been. Ranked fifth in scoring defense in the entire league, allowing 18.5 points per game. Third down defense, they're ranked number one. They're ranked second in the NFL in takeaways with 15 takeaways. Interception, they're ranked second in the NFL as well. Branch and Kerby Joseph are the highest DB interception duo in the league. And the Lions defensive line is ranked fourth in the NFL. So pre Za'Darius Smith even coming to our team, we're a top ranked defense, which is something we talked about, I believe, one or two games back and saying, hey, this Detroit's defense is highly underrated. They're holding teams to 20 points and under. That's pre Za'Darius Smith. And that's post Aiden's injury.
I told you, Manny. Now we walking into this. I just want to say I called it. I didn't know a name. I said
Yeah.
it won't be Max Crosby. That's like okay, fairy tale, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was like, I need a guy that knows it. You know what I
Mm,
mean? That
mm,
knows it. I right.
yeah.
I want him to. I don't want him to come in and get a bunch of sacks. Hey, come in, keep the pressure good, all that good stuff. Get the sacks when you can. But when
Yeah.
it comes to the playoffs, look like that Pro Bowl. Look, you know what I'm saying? I said we would know him. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, the
you
interesting
know,
part
I said
about,
like a Leonard Floyd type. You know,
yeah,
seriously.
yeah, for
So as long
sure.
as he's healthy, you know, that's why I said we got a good rotation down there. I think it was a big move, and
It
I
was a
trust the
great
GM.
move.
I trust the GM that I think it's an A+ move if he thought it was because he probably could have went for anybody he wanted to. We
Well,
have money, we have picks, you know.
yeah.
He probably could have went for anybody he wanted to. The fact that he got Smith, I trust that. I knew it would be somebody with a name that we know and we can, you know, we can really look to as like, hey, he's been productive, you
Well, it's like
know.
you can't give up too. You can get who you want to get, but the price is too high. And to your point, that was my biggest concern about the move. It was like, are you going to give up the house to get somebody to go for it all this year, which I think would have been a bad move because it wouldn't have been necessary. But to your point, and this is why we continue to trust Brad Holmes as a GM, man. He continues to make moves like this. Whereas like all we gave up was a 2025 fifth round pick and a
Yeah.
2026 sixth round pick. And we got an NFL veteran who's recorded double digit sacks twice in his career. Mind you, this isn't his first time with the NFC North either. He's been on the Packers and he's been on the Vikings. So he understands how the NFC North operates and different
Yeah.
systems within the NFC North. Not to
And you
mention
see what
this
we're paying
season.
him?
And this season, he's having one of his best seasons. He's having five. He's already recorded five sacks. He's got 23 tackles. Now, the only thing my and this is why I think again it was a good move. But he's behind Myles Garrett having the season that he was having. Now coming to Detroit, he's gonna be a target for these other teams. I don't know if he'll have the same level of production. However, though, I believe it's not. I don't believe this move was about trying to replace Aiden Hutchinson. It's just cause more havoc up front. If you get a sack,
Yeah.
great. But what's better than a sack? A QB pressure. Not better than a sack. But what's next best to a sack? QB pressure. Why? Because we got the best DB interception duo in the league. It's not about can will the quarterback release the ball. I don't think anybody in Detroit at this point is worried about if the quarterback will release the ball or not. Not with the guys, the dogs as you call them that we got in the backfield. Our running defense never took a hit after Aiden Hutchinson left out with the injury. So now it's just a matter of can you cause havoc up front? And I believe he 100% can. I think Cleveland, obviously, that's very close to Michigan. So, in terms of style of play, grittiness, I think he has all that ruggedness, roughness. I think he'll fit in. Because that was also my concern, where you get somebody that can fit in to our culture, and
Yeah. 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 No. Hey, I think it was the perfect grab.